Late degradation is another problem that requires attention as degradation is generating as and can generate even more decline, soil quality, the ability to produce food, including biodiversity, ecosystem degradation and disrupted water supplies are caused by a variety of factors including intensive agriculture, deforestation, urbanization, and climate change. He increasing global temperature can cause adherence in soil quality and the loss of the top layer of soil due to erosion. La FAO teaches us that every 6 seconds a soil surface equivalent to a food field is eroded. It is important to take measures to protect and improve soil quality before it becomes a major problem and to be able to ensure sustainable and sustainable development for future generations, including ours.
In the SPM figure, it is possible to observe despite the fact that soil degradation is a collective problem that affects all terrestrial ecosystems. The way in which this phenomenon occurs and the condition it generates can vary according to certain factors. It is important to understand that even when certain efforts are required to solve the degradation, in the world there are several examples of successful restoration. However, to correlate said data, it was first necessary to start with the knowledge of the types of degradation, of which the following stand out: the abandonment of the land, degradation of biodiversity, land degradation, forest degradation, deforestation, pasture degradation, and freshwater degradation. In Figure 2, the graph evaluates the relationship of the Sustainable Development Objectives with the amendment measures for soil degradation. It was found that the objectives 13. Life on land, 6. Clean water and sanitation, 12. Responsible consumption and production, and 11. Sustainable cities and communities are strongly aligned with soil restoration processes. And it is also noteworthy that none of the 16 Sustainable Development Goals is negatively affected by efforts to resolve degradation.
With regard to topic B, today studies have shown the insights with regard to the problem of land degradation, where the situation is becoming clearly serious. Since the problem of the soil degradation implied for lack of information, we have of different lifestyle by which we live consumption without worrying of what consequences. This is why the writing tells us that we could have a systemic change on the microeconomic level, such as inflation and the economic, and which should be taken into account, and the social, political, industrial, and economic part can have or great influences with having an imbalance affect the degradation of the soil since there is an overexploitation that is not monetary. Furthermore, climate change contributes of the impact of the soil degradation. With over time of the insect risks of the forest when the hopping vines space and pets are distributed as they are change of the shape.
The importance of this program is denoted in the basic needs that are perceived in the soil of the world. Like this, many of these programs focus on a specific characters of the different species present within the ecosystem study. With this is seek of generate a balance that generates sustainable social, economic, and environment development. Thus reduce and prevent degradation, desertification, salinization, acidification, solidification, among other processes that are more present every day. A solution to this phenomena is environment education, science by providing of the necessary information. Many people will make better decisions for the future within their autonomy. The second will be to achieve reforms in the police that support this type of us guidelines are more aware and sustainability scientific studies that together with the knowledge of different cultures have to find products of service that handle the soil adequately and within the established limits of this. Likewise, it's a considered that an approach with diverse management will not only benefit the soil but also surrounding population, since in the world help regulate various environment change that directly or indirectly affect the economics of the world.